Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. So it's no longer news that MSNBC fired Joyreid, and in this video Rita Penahi of Sky News Australia will be reacting to Joyreid's video, and I'm excited to check this one out. Let's see what this is all about.
It's time for Lefties Losing It, and you asked for it and you shall receive. Let's jump into a Joyreid extravaganza. This is just going to be so much fun, so much broken, race baiting, extreme left nastiness. As I said last night, I'm shattered that she's been sacked by MSNBC. Where else can I find content this utterly unhinged?
One side stands for freedom, while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy, but also white-ruled South Africa before Mandela and the black majority took control.
Oh yes, she was obsessed with calling anyone who wasn't an American-hating Marxist a fascist or a racist.
We do have a fascist groundswell in parts of this country, mainly among white men, let's be clear. The racist tomahawk chop, the gesture and chant promoting stereotypes, caricatures, and frankly, hatred of Native American people. Similarities to what happened in Germany and what's happening now in America are just undeniable. History may not repeat verbatim, but it sure does rhyme.
She really is madder than a cut snake. And you'd remember I played a clip last night of Joyreid mocking white women's tears. Well, look who's crying now.
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value.
No, it had no value, Joy. It was just hysteria, lies, race-baiting hyperbole designed to agitate the ill-informed left who really don't need any further help in being angry and miserable. And if you feel sorry for Joyreid, if you think I'm being a bit too harsh, just remember her glee when firefighters and police officers were sacked for not getting their COVID shots. Oh yes, we have the receipts.
It's a pattern that we've seen across the country with police unions and officers coming out against mandates. Seattle's police union called the mandate a public safety crisis, as if vaccines aren't for the public's safety. The city's police and firefighters who were fired for non-compliance made a very dramatic exit, marching to City Hall to turn in their boots. And a trooper went as far as to attack Governor Jay Inslee over the radio while claiming that he was being asked to leave because I'm dirty. I mean, no one said not being vaccinated was dirty, but okay then.
Charming. That diatribe went on for some time before she ended on this bit of misinformation and hysteria, accusing police officers of risking the lives of the public by not taking their COVID vaccine. And she also attacked officers for not being masked in a New York subway.
Police officers are supposed to protect and serve, but they're actually putting themselves ahead of the citizens they could infect. We constantly hear that police brutality cases wouldn't even have happened if only everyone just complied and followed all of their commands. But it's clear that some officers don't hold themselves to that same standard. They're literally refusing to comply with the law. Just take what happened at a New York subway stop yesterday, where a rider says he was harassed and then thrown out of the station for asking officers to wear masks, which, by the way, is the law. The NYPD says the event is under internal review. Guess all the cops former Governor Cuomo sent into the subway system are really making an impact. So for putting Americans in danger, officers and unions who are fighting against vaccine mandates, which essentially means fighting to make the public sick, are tonight's absolute worst.
She's just the worst, isn't she? Imagine being too much of a lefty loon even for MSNBC.
Keep Hitler out the White House. Hitler, White House. We keeping him out.
Restoring the name Fort Bragg sure looks like an attempt to resegregate the military. It's a right-wing fantasy land, like Disney World, but in hell. Come to Florida, the meanest place on earth.
This woman is so shameless and comfortable making racist comments that she called the great Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, a racial pejorative on live TV.
if somehow they manage to stumble into the Supreme Court, do any of you guys trust Uncle Clarence and Amy Coney Barrett and those guys to actually follow the letter of the law? No.
Just gross, and shame on the other two MSNBC anchors for not jumping in with a rebuke right there. Remember, this is the woman who a couple of months ago was telling Americans to not have Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner with their Republican family, to shun their own flesh and blood if they vote differently. And this next clip really captures the ugliness of Joyreid and the far left in general. This rant went on, I don't know, for like 10 minutes. Here's 42 seconds that gives you an idea of the endless bile of the far left.
These are the people who say the undocumented, who they get to call illegal immigrants, like the Pilgrims had permission to come here, have to suffer the consequences of their actions, right? They made the choice to overstay their visas or come into our country illegally, so if they get deported, consequences. But you right-wingers shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of your votes? You don't want to be around me because I voted for fascism. No fair. I'm coughing on you with COVID, but you want me to wear a mask for your safety? No fair. My body, my choice. Well, here's an alternative thought. Make your own dinner, MAGA. Make your own sandwiches. Wipe your own tears. Troll amongst yourselves with Elon and leave us alone.
You really have to marvel at the delusion there, the thought that Republicans are sad about not dining with the likes of her. The audacity is, I've got to say, off the charts. She genuinely thinks Republicans regret their vote. They are the ones who miss out because cousin Sarah with the nose piercings and the green hair boycotts Thanksgiving dinner.
But if you expect the 73 million who voted for the prosecutor, not the felon, and particularly the 92% of black women who voted for Kamala to give you a cookie for your vote, a trophy, a hug, a high five, you might be asking too much. If we want to eat with you, we will. But if we just want some peace over the holidays and we don't want to put up with your trolling while we eat our tofurkey, get over it. Stop acting like we owe you. And for God's sakes, stop whining. It's embarrassing.
Joyreid telling others to stop whining. I've heard it all now. And already we've got her sad little fan base pushing for a boycott of MSNBC.
Joyreid won 2 NAACP Image Awards this week. Joyreid has been an award-winning journalist. She is brilliant. There's nobody who can touch Joy. And just because you find other people to put in a time slot who look just like Joy does not mean that that is Joy's voice. So it's hashtag TV off because we are boycotting MSNBC. We will not be watching. We want to ensure that we are writing letters, sending emails, posting on social, telling people how much Joyreid means to us.
Boycotting MSNBC, that's activism I can get behind. Keep it up, folks.
Wow, you guys, what are your thoughts on this video? Joyreid had it coming for a very long time, and I'm so surprised that she haven't even been sacked since, because the kind of things that comes out of her mouth on live television should have gotten her fired for a very long time. The fact that a lot of people are jubilating after she got fired tells you she is not a good person. She is unhinged, and the kind of thing she promotes is so unhinged. She's always promoting racism. She had no joy in her at all, and her brand is to make racist comments. Imagine telling families not to celebrate Thanksgiving together just because you have a different choice from one another when it comes to voting. Joyreid is very unhinged, and she went too far this time around. Very delusional to think that her show had so much value. This is insanity at its peak. MSNBC did well firing her, and they literally dodged a ticking bomb. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.